Welcome to the Pulse with Peter B. I'm your host, Peter Biancamano. Let's get you to the pulse on everything you need to know. And today's episode is brought to you by the law offices of Alexander Schachtel, delivering personalized and dedicated legal representation to the residents of Hudson County. You're going to want to call him at this number below. Joining us is our political analyst, and that's Josh Sotomayor Einstein. Josh, how are you today?
Good. It's a beautiful day. No complaints.
Speaking of a beautiful day, the governor announced this week that beaches are reopening on Memorial Day weekend, which is, of course, next weekend. And he announced many different other updates in the past few days. Your take back of all the announcements that he's been asking.
So a couple of the announcements that he's made is that drive-by, not drive-bys, but that drive-by celebrations are now legal, as well as curbside sales from retail stores, as well.
Non-essential businesses, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As well as drive-in style worship services that many churches were trying to do, not just in New Jersey but across the nation, and finding out that their governors were prohibiting them from doing that. Even though freedom of worship is a constitutional right guaranteed not only by the federal constitution but by every state constitution, and also that these efforts to do drive-in church services were in compliance with social distancing. So once again, not only did Murphy back down from some nonsensical edicts that he made, or dictates rather, but if we are to believe him at face value, it wasn't safe last week to stay in your car and drive to a drive-in church service or to drive by your friend's house for their birthday, and it is now safe to do so.
Right.
Thank God for Governor Murphy.
But in all fairness, many other states also had the same type of law in effect or rule in effect when it came to church services, correct?
So if everybody was jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge, you would also jump off the Brooklyn Bridge?
I'm just saying, it wasn't only New Jersey. Many other states had it. So
many times people do dumb things in groups. You are correct.
Right. So why don't we stick to local here and Mayor Bala. So it was interesting because you had reached out to me earlier this week. You were asked a survey regarding the street closures. Of course, now the weather's nicer. They want to open up streets for pedestrians to go out and get fresh air, to make sure that everybody's social distancing and so on and so forth. I was wondering if you can explain to the viewers, because I didn't see the survey, some of the questions that were on there along with some of your responses.
So the Bala administration now believes that more open space is safe, whereas not so long ago, being in our parks was apparently very dangerous. But now believes the situation has changed so much that they're closing down Jefferson Street from 3rd to 11th to add more space for people to social distance in. Whether it's this effort or Governor Murphy's effort or the effort of other governors to shut down open spaces, it didn't make sense then, and their post facto sort of deliberations and prognostications for creating more open space now with Mayor Bala and Jefferson Street don't make sense now. You can't, the old expression is you can't have your cake and eat it too. And Mayor Bala is trying to do that, but he's also trying to take advantage of the crisis to push his anti-car agenda, which existed before COVID. And which doesn't make sense in the wake of COVID, because you can be alone in your car. If it's harder for people to drive cars, then they're going to be in mass transit, which is not good for spreading diseases.
So let's get to some of the questions here. So
the survey asked about, in light of COVID, do you support closing down Jefferson? In light of COVID, do you support closing down other streets? And then said, something to the effect of, if there wasn't COVID, would you support closing down Washington Street on the weekends? It's just ridiculous that the mayor is taking advantage, and not only that, but using the Nixle alert system to push out this survey. And then there's a third layer of ridiculousness, which is really scumbaggery, if you think about it, is that the survey is designed in a way that will get the people that disagree but get frustrated with the Bala administration's anti-car agenda and get annoyed and stop with the survey. It's designed to stop them from finishing the survey. Because if you, at any point you click yes, you agree with the things that the Bala administration wants to do, you don't have to fill out an explanation box.
Is
There's
that
no
true?
why. Yeah.
Oh.
If you click no, you then have to fill out an explanation box to explain why. And if you don't, you can't submit the survey.
So what did you answer, Josh?
I mean, I think we're going to put it up on the screen.
We are going to put it up on the screen right here for Josh's answers.
So you'll see. No one will be surprised based on watching or reading anything that I've written. My stance, I don't own a car. And I don't need a car for work, but I understand that in the real world, many people do, and it's not fair for government just for willy-nilly, whether it's Mayor Bala or Governor Murphy, to make people's life more difficult for no reason. And using COVID as an excuse doesn't make sense when, only a week ago, our parks were apparently these hot zones of COVID infection where you had to, stay away from lest you die.
And look where we are right now. We are literally at a park that was closed last week, folks, and we're here, and hopefully we're not going to die, like Josh said.
Well, I took off my gas mask, so
he did take off his gas mask. Josh, something interesting, and folks, you've seen it popped on the screen right there, was when they were asking about closing other streets like Washington Street, they said, except Sinatra Drive. But there's a backstory to this because this was a recommendation by residents in town, and I don't remember if we spoke about it on a previous show or not. But why signal out Sinatra Drive? Because the mayor's administration wanted to seem right about keeping Sinatra Drive open to vehicular traffic.
Well, I mean, it goes hand in hand with the sort of NIMBY limousine leftist agenda of people that have disposable income and don't need. And there's nothing wrong with disposable income. God bless you if you have it. Good on you. But there's a small segment of that group of people that don't care if they make life more expensive for people that need their car for work. I'm not one of those people that needs a car for work, but I empathize with them, and I don't see that it's right that Mayor Bala is pushing this, using the crisis for his political agenda. I think it's despicable, and I think it has to end. It will likely continue, but the idea that we're going to close Washington Street on the weekends, the one street that goes the entire length of town that is two ways, right, is absolutely unfathomable. And it's just ridiculous. Like many things that Mayor Bala and his administration does, is absolutely ridiculous. But you see this in our state from Mayor Bala to Governor Murphy with, now apparently, church services are safe as long as you're in a car, whereas, a couple days ago
or
they
online,
weren't.
like they've been doing. Right. Yeah.
Well, no one said, no governor across the country went to say, don't do church online.
I was going to say.
But they were all saying, or many of them were saying, don't, you can't do drive-bys. You're not even safe in your car. Well, it doesn't make any sense.
Right. Well, Josh, we have a few seconds here, literally a few seconds. We're off next week for Memorial Day weekend, but 2 weeks from now, you're going to be sitting there doing another segment here on the show. What do you believe is going to be reopened in 2 weeks?
Well, I believe that a lot of the retail stores that are quote-unquote non-essential will not actually open up. I believe of those that do, many of them are not going to hire back anywhere near their complete staff because the demand doesn't exist. I mean, retail was dying beforehand. This may be the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. So I really feel for our store owners, and I feel for everyone whose life has been turned upside down, both by the disease itself and by the capriciousness of Governor Murphy and mayors like Mayor Bala. I think we have a road ahead of us for economic recovery, and we're not going to see a plan for at least a week or two.
All right. Well, we'll find out in 2 weeks, folks. We will be right back. Josh Sotomayor Einstein, our political analyst every week. We'll be back. Peter Biancamano, your hostess with the mostest of the Pulse of Peter B. Folks, don't forget to get on our YouTube page and binge watch all of our past episodes. Type in the Pulse of Peter B in your search bar and please subscribe. Also, go on our Instagram page and follow us at The Pulse with Peter B. Get on our Facebook page and follow and like us there. All you have to do is type in The Pulse with Peter B in the search bar. You're not going to want to miss it. We're constantly updating that page with previews. We put our full shows on there. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at our email address, and that is thepulsewithpeterb@gmail.com. We look forward to responding to you. Welcome back to the show, and we're still here at beautiful Maxwell Place Pier in Hoboken. And a reminder, folks, today's show is brought to you by the law offices of Alexander Schachtel, delivering personalized legal representation to Hudson County residents. And you're going to want to call them at this number below. Joining us now is none other than I'm going to call you our resident local comedian, and that's Mr. Doug Caffron. Doug, what's going on, brother?
Thanks, man. What a title.
Have you ever been a resident anywhere, any place where you haven't lived before?
I was like a college dorm, but I guess I lived there.
I guess you did live there, right? Yeah. So you know what? I guess this is your first.
First time.
Exactly. I like that. Well, Doug, of course, is from @DougCaffron, so you're going to want to follow him on Instagram there. So, Doug, you started your show last week on YouTube. Give me some feedback on it.
It's fantastic.
Is
I'm
it?
getting a lot of good feedback on it, and I would check it out. I'm assuming, as I said that, you'll probably put like some sort of link. But
So
yeah,
what's it
dude.
called? Last week you didn't even have a title.
Oh
for us.
yeah, duh. Oh, it's Lions Head Network, and Lion is spelled Lyons. Head Network. It's not
And
network.
network. Like-
Head Network. Lion's Head, like a lion's head.
Oh, Lion's Head Network.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
sorry about that. It's a little windy here tonight, you know, so I
Yeah.
can't really hear you that well. So now the show you said featured you among other comedians, correct?
Other comedians, yeah.
And we did have a clip from Steven, was it Steven Gerrard last
Steve
week?
Gerrard, yeah.
Yeah, who had his little like quarantine Batman segment.
Right.
Was that a little elongated in the show? That clip?
Yeah, everyone sent me like a 10-minute clip, and I kind of chopped it up. So you can see the full version on his Instagram, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
And we'll put that right.
We'll
on the
put that
screen, too.
below us, too.
See, you know what? We're just so graphic heavy right now, right or wrong, Doug?
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, Doug, last week you mentioned that there was a possibility that you were going to lose your job. It was like imminent, you were saying, the day after we were filming and things like that. This is your day job. That's secretive.
Right.
Are you still employed?
Yeah, I'm still employed.
Oh, good.
But, like, if things go south or whatever, I'm just going to start my own Twitch account and play video games and make money off it. I'll play Gears of War and make, like, a couple $1,000s a month doing that.
Who needs unemployment, right?
Who needs well, I'll take that, too, but, like, and then I'll take the
Well, you
the
can't
money
do
from-
both now, you know?
All right. Well, I'll figure it out,
You
dude.
gotta
Day
figure
at
it-
a time, you know. That's what I'd say.
That's it. But look, you're still employed now, and thank God for that.
Yeah.
So now it's been a pretty, low-key type of week. It was Mother's Day this past this past Sunday, I should say. Did you go visit Mom?
No, but I called her and I bought her a oil diffuser.
An oil diffuser.
Yeah.
What type of oil diffuser?
Like the brand?
No, I'm just curious.
Oh no, you put oil in the diffuser and it diffuses. You mix water in it and whatever, and it makes the room smell really nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Did she receive it though? Was it shipped
Yeah,
to her?
yeah, she got it yesterday. She's
got it
she's
yesterday.
thrilled.
Very, very cool, Doug.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So what else have you done this past week?
I've been learning how to rap. I
Rap?
didn't want to. It just kind of happens. People put it on a beat, and I just start saying poems, and apparently it's a rap. Rapping's so easy.
Right?
Yeah, I don't even want to do it, but I'd be great at it if I pursued it.
Do you want to give us a little clip now or no?
No. I don't want to do it now.
Maybe on your show, though. On your YouTube show.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want to make an empty promise.
All right, that's true.
You know, I don't want to.
You're just starting out. You don't want to.
I'm just starting out, but it's like if I were to pursue it, I would never want someone to watch me do it now. But like if you saw me do it 10 years from now, it'd be amazing. But I don't want to go that route.
Oh. So will we see, let me picture this. Doug Caffron, Grammy Award winner.
Grammy Award winner. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't like those award shows.
No? Why not?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really like celebrities.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, I used to.
I know
on-
you kind of went after Jimmy Fallon last week.
Yeah, I mean, he's cool. Well, whatever. But
You said you sold out, though.
I mean, yeah. Everyone's. I want to sell out, dude. I don't want to go to a day job. I want to just make money doing the things that I love, and I'm doing it now. So
I
it's,
like that.
It's great.
So selling out is a good thing in the comedic world.
Well, I mean,
I think in any world, if you think about it.
I guess, but it's like if you want, like, I don't know. As long as you wake up every day and like do what you want to do and just like, be honest throughout the day, I guess. That's a win every day. It doesn't matter
That's
what
cool.
kind of work you do. That's just kind of like how it is.
But you do like your day job.
No.
Oh, you don't?
No, like the job that I'm getting income from, I hate, but I'm doing other things like
comedy.
starting a network and all that stuff. That's what I love to do. So
That's
that's what I'm
awesome.
going to make money from.
Listen,
Yeah.
you know what? You got to make money.
Yeah, and then I'm going to live in one of these like expensive Hoboken condos and just
Right?
buy one for like $2 million.
Look at that. As
Yeah.
you're looking around. Yeah, here, folks, at Maxwell Place Pier, we have a lot of beautiful condos
That's
here.
right.
So.
That's right.
I mean, so Doug, explain to me now, a lot of things have reopened. We just had Josh Sotomayor, Einstein talking about the government reopening slightly. Does this mean that we'll see the Nasty Show at Willie McBride's really soon?
I don't know if it's going to be soon, but it will be in 18 months.
In 18 months. He's still saying that. So this is like the 4th week you've been on in a row. It's not 17 months yet?
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, 17 months, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess look for the Nasty
That's
Show at Willie
math.
McBride's
Yes.
the first Monday of every month?
Yeah, or like depending how I'm feeling that month, I'll just like make it on whatever Monday they give me the room.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, so Doug, explain to me, you're going next weekend's Memorial Day weekend, as
Right.
you know. And are you have any plans? It's usually like the biggest getaway weekend of the year.
Oh, I'll probably go home. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like. What are you doing?
I might actually. They reopened the Jersey Shore beaches. I might actually go down there. We're actually going to be off next week. You'll see a little bit of a video.
Oh.
Finally taking a break. We've been working throughout this whole pandemic. You've been with us the last month, so you know.
That's true.
So-
That's true. I loathe the Jersey Shore though, but I hope you enjoy it. I know you'll enjoy it. That was very rude, but yeah, I really came out swinging there, but
That's okay.
I don't like the Jersey Shore.
You don't like.
I hope you like it.
Oh, I thought you said you did like.
I
it.
love the Outer Banks, North Carolina. I don't expect you to enjoy it.
Listen, I was visited
would,
there
though.
once, and I thought it was awesome.
Oh, so you do
But
like
the Jersey Shore is the Jersey Shore.
it. I know.
Did you like the show?
Yeah, it was great, especially when they went to Italy.
Aha.
Yeah.
I think that was like their 2nd or 3rd season. See, I'm
I think so,
a
yeah.
Jersey Shore aficionado, apparently.
I'd
And-
rewatch that, man. I would rewatch the Jersey Shore, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
But if I have time, I will.
All right. All right. Well, listen, you still got your day job, so you don't really need to, have time to waste, basically.
That's true. I just come to the piers and do interviews.
That right?
Right.
Right.
It's better.
And hopefully you can do interviews with us. No.
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. I'm a resident, as you said earlier.
And Doug, we have a really, really special treat for you because we actually, I think, have a Black Hawk helicopter flying over us right now. I know it's actually
Oh, man.
pretty, and it's pretty sweet there, as you can see, and it looks like Greg is getting a shot of it. See, Greg? I said, Greg, excuse me. Thanks, Greg, for getting a shot of it. See, Doug,
This is what the
this
viewers
is your
want.
surprise. Your surprise of the night.
The viewers have tuned in for the Black Hawk
There you go.
helicopter
And
and
for Doug
nothing
Caffrey, that
else.
and for Doug Caffrin. So that was really, really cool. You never know what's going to happen here at Maxwell Place Pier, folks.
Damn, dude, I'm funny.
Well, Doug Caffrin, you've been joining us the last 4 weeks. We hope to see you on a future episode. Best of luck with your YouTube show. Say the name of the show again.
Lions Head Network.
Lions Head Network.
yeah.
You're not going to want to miss it, but the Lions is with a Y instead of an I.
Yeah, we'll put it in the link below.
Oh, see that? He's taking my job now, you see? That's how you know he's becoming a resident local comedian here on the Post. Doug, enjoy your time going forward, Memorial Day weekend and everything else.
Thanks, man. God bless.
God bless. At Doug Caffrin. Make sure you visit him on Instagram. Folks, when we come back, we have a very special segment. You're not going to want to miss it. The interns are taking over. We'll be back. Peter Biancamano back with you. Make sure you watch us on cable access every Sunday and Monday at 9 a.m. Optimum Channel 18, Files Channel 46, and Comcast Channel 190. And also, every Sunday, 9:30 a.m., we post our new episode and our segments, our individual segments, on our YouTube page. You're not going to want to miss it. Please subscribe to our channel there. We'll see you there. Welcome back to the show, and one more reminder for you. This show is brought to you by the law offices of Alexander Schachtel, delivering dedicated and personalized legal representation to the wonderful residents of Hudson County. And folks, we are a very, very small group here on the Pulse of Peter B, and each of us works very, very hard. And there were two individuals who joined us earlier this year that were our first interns. And one of them is joining us here at beautiful Maxwell Place Pier, and that is Ronnie Jerez. Ronnie, what's going on, my man?
Hey, Peter. It feels pretty weird being on this side of the camera, always being behind the camera, but it's pretty great to be here with you.
All right, man. We're so glad to have you. And Ronnie, and you'll see Maddie a little later on in the show through Skype. They worked incredibly hard, and unfortunately this is their last week, and what better way to go out than having a segment on the show, right?
Right. It's awesome. It's no better way to end it.
Exactly. Well, Ronnie is a student at Seton Hall University, and everybody knows that's my alma mater, of course. And Ronnie, how difficult was it doing your coursework during a pandemic like this?
It's definitely a much stranger time. You're used to I live on campus, so getting up and going to classes, seeing everybody, going to the cafeteria. It's so much different being this time at home, having all classes remotely online. It's definitely more difficult because it's within your own power, and sometimes you may not want to do what you have classes. So the end stretch, and some teachers made it a little more difficult by assigning more work and not being as considerate as they usually are, but that's neither here nor there. But I feel like it affected a lot of people, a lot of students, because personally my family was affected by Corona, and it made it more difficult. So it was a difficult time throughout.
All right, well, and of course, you also had the Pulse of Peter B breathing down your neck because we continued the internship during the pandemic. Now, explain to me, I guess what you thought the internship was going to be, because we basically sold it to you differently at the beginning of the semester. We didn't know that this was going to happen, obviously, and how you adapted during the pandemic.
Well, I came into the mindset as being as a studio production assistant, helping out our wonderful Greg here. It's been a pleasure to work.
A lot of shout outs today, Greg.
It's been a pleasure to work with Greg, but I came on thinking that I would help him out with the lighting, the camera, the microphones, and all that. And for the most part, in the beginning, that's what I usually worked on. But transitioning to remotely, it's a lot more remote social media marketing and posting stuff like the previews our fans see on Instagram and Facebook. And so that's the big difference, but it hasn't been a bad difference. Obviously, my passion is working behind and in front of the camera, and working with the cameras and the equipment and helping Greg out and stuff like that. But being that we have to keep our distance, it's a fair trade-off.
It's a fair trade-off, is right. And folks, that's right. All you people looking at our social media pages, it was Ronnie and Maddie, who you're going to meet in a little while. It was all they're doing, folks, and we owe them the utmost credit. Now, summer's here. You taking any summer classes, have a summer job, doing anything extracurricular? What do you got going on?
Yes, actually, I'm applying for a summer job to help out. I'm in an EOP program to help lesser fortunate families stay in college.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be a peer counselor remotely. I was one in person last year. But this
very
time,
cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be
in that summer program that
yes.
they have. That's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah.
So remotely through Skype calls and all that. So I'm going to be a peer counselor over the summer. I'm also working on articles for the radio station at WSOU at Seton Hall. So I write sports articles, and I report things and talk about different topics, because even though there's no sports right now, there's still so many headlines and sports news going on in the world. So that's some of the things.
And where can they see those articles?
At WSOU.net.
There you go. We'll put that right at the bottom of the screen for you. Well, Ronnie Jerez, thank you for coming here to the Pier, man.
It's a pleasure.
I mean, and thank you for all your service this semester. We really appreciate it, and we speak for everybody involved on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure being an intern here.
All right, now joining us via Skype from her home all the way in Connecticut is our other fabulous intern, and that's Maddie Nichols. Maddie, hope you're staying safe. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Maddie. Thank you for asking. So, Maddie, I had the same question for Ronnie a little earlier in this segment, and that is, how does a college student such as yourself, another Seton Hall student, are they faring during a pandemic? I know the semester's just got over, but how did you fare throughout this semester during the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, it was tough because it happened so suddenly. Like I remember being in class and we had gotten an email that it was going to be a week off, and then they slowly started extending it. And then it was until Easter break, and then eventually it was the entire semester. So it was kind of tough. I don't love learning online. A lot of classes were doing it through Teams, which is like Skype pretty much, but only one of my classes did that actually. So it was kind of tough to keep up with it because it was really you do it on your own, and it's tough when you're home and it's not really something you want to be doing anymore. But it wasn't great, and it definitely I wish we got to stay and finish out the year, especially because I'm a junior and I only have 1 year left. But it's over now, and I'm glad. But it wasn't horrible, but it definitely wasn't my first choice.
And then among all your schoolwork, you also had to still deal with the Pulse internship. And I'm sure that the internship was much different than you thought it was going to be when we sold it to you at the beginning of the semester. So can you just tell me how it was with the internship here at the Pulse, what changed and how you had to adjust?
Yeah, so it was my first internship. And at first, like, obviously, half of the internship was going to the actual filmings. And once that kind of ended, like, that whole aspect was taken away. But luckily, I'm a PR major. So what I really was looking forward to with this internship was doing the social media. So luckily for me, that wasn't super affected. We still obviously made the graphics, made the preview posts, posted them to the Instagram and the Facebook. So that was good that we still got to do that aspect because I know a lot of other internships may not have gotten to continue at all. So it's good that we still got to communicate with you and Greg and still get to learn. But yeah, it was really exciting. We had a lot of fun stuff planned. So it kind of stinks that we didn't get to do that. I was really looking forward to the Mac and Cheese Fest, but I remember that was like the first one that got canceled. So yeah, it stinks because it was really fun going to Hoboken and seeing the filmings. It wasn't anything that I've ever done before. But I'm just glad that we still got to finish it out and I still got the experience because being a spring semester junior, I was really trying to get some experience in. So I'm glad I got to do it. And I think this was a great way to do it.
And for all you viewers out there, you would remember last year we were actually at the Mac and Cheese Fest with Chris DeStucchio, one of our Places Insider. And this year it was actually canceled because it was literally a week after the stay-at-home order was put into effect. So, Maddie, feel free. We'll be there next year. Feel free to join us next year for it if you want. But, Maddie, I guess a question that I have and many people have for any college student going into the summer is, what are you doing this summer? Do you have any summer jobs that you want to talk about? Are you doing more classes?
Yeah.
What are the summer plans for you?
I guess kind of like for everyone, it's really unclear right now. I did not expect to be home. I had wanted to stay in New Jersey. I'm from Connecticut, so I'm here right now indefinitely. I don't have a job right now, so I'm probably going to try to get a job. I'm going to focus more. There's a PR certification that I'm going to try to work on getting because it's just, I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything major related this summer just because everything is closed down pretty much. No one really wants to bring anyone new on to anything. So I'm just going to focus more on working on my PR. I'm getting a PR agency certificate, so I want to do that. I'm hoping I can get a job. Hopefully that relates to my major, but if not, just a job would be good. It definitely stinks. It's obviously summer. It's my last summer before my senior year, so it's like kind of my last summer of freedom. So I'm hoping that things get better and that I can do things, but
well, Maddie Nichols, thank you so much for joining us via Skype. And this was, an honor for us because you guys were our first. Of course, people talk about first on many different things, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the interns, that is. And we hope to see you in the future, and best of luck in your future.
Thank you. Thank you and Greg for the great experience.
Folks, join us next week for The Pulse on everything you need to know. Have a great week, everybody.